Welcome back guys to another video. This is my mid-season driver grades. It's end of year. What am I on? Jack Goodwin to start things off, and obviously there's going to be no change to his grade, D-. I think it was unfair that he was second only 6 races still, but it is what it is. While he was in F1, there's nothing too special. He out-qualified Gasly in Australia, but that's it. Other times, he just spins and crashes. So it has to be a D-. I'm sorry. Next up, Gabby Bortoleto. I'm going to go with an A- tier. In mid-season, he had a B+ tier from me. Since the summer break, he has gotten more point finishes and has out-qualified Hulkenberg many more times, which is a very decent improvement. In fact, I think he beat Hulkenberg on the head-to-head in qualies. So yeah. Nico Hulkenberg now, A tier. Mid-season, I gave him an S. After the summer break, he has scored considerably less points, but still very respectable. And that Abu Dhabi drive from P18 to P9 was insane. It might just be recency bias, but hey, it's still well done. Although I did demote him, it's because in the earlier part of the season, he was really sensational. After that, cooled down a bit, but yeah, not the worst. Alex Albon. I'm going to give him a B tier. In mid-season, I gave him an A tier. It has been a tale of two halves for him. The first half was incredible, and in the second half, he barely scored any more points, and Carlos Sainz was beating him on a consistent basis. So hope that he can improve on his consistency across the whole season, and hope for more next year. Williams is now a very competitive car. Carlos Sainz, A+ tier. In the mid-season, I give him a B- tier. The season started very slow, that's the reason it's not an S. But post-summer break, he got 2 podiums, which is crazy, and he outperformed Albon basically every week. So yeah, that's the only reason it's not an S because of the before summer break. But he was adjusting to the car. That's why I'm not downgraded him too much for that. That's why it's an A+ and not anything less. Now Liam Lawson, B- tier. In the mid-season, I gave him a D tier. He's still consistently behind Hadjar most of the time, but he had flashes of great performances at RB. At least next year, he'll have finally a full season to improve himself more. He wouldn't be shifting around here there, hopefully. And yeah, he'll have the full season to learn and adapt. Isaac Hadjar, S tier, no change. He's definitely in the conversation of the best rookie of the season. Hadjar consistently scores points and makes it to Q3 a lot. Next year, he'll be promoted/demoted to Red Bull, however you view it. So hopefully it doesn't hurt him too much. But yeah, this season for Hadjar, incredible stuff. And he even got a podium at Netherlands. So very well done. Ollie Behrman, A+ tier. In mid-season, I gave him A-. He has somehow outscored Esteban Ocon and helped Haas secure P8 in constructor standings. I've heard some people say without Behrman, Haas wouldn't be able to score P8 if it was another rookie. So Behrman really did a wonderful job at Haas this year. That's why I'm giving him A+. I think the only reason it's not an S because it might be because of the car. He couldn't perform as much. But P4 in Mexico was very well deserved as well. Now Esteban Ocon. I'm going to give him an A- tier. No change compared to the mid-season when I gave him A- as well. A solid year, but he was outperformed by Behrman most of the times. But at least he's improving. He's not crashing into his teammate. So well done. Next up, Franco Colapinto. I'm giving him a D+ tier. In the mid-season, I gave him a C-. Despite all the hype around Franco, the hype hasn't really paid out, and now he's being pressurized for his seat. I know the Alpine is slow, but he's being outperformed by Pierre Gasly by a huge margin in 90% of the races. So that's the reason I've downgraded him from a C- to a D+. But I think towards the end of the season, he was improving slowly. But still, no points is not a good look. So hopefully he can improve in the next season. Pierre Gasly now, I'm giving him an A+ tier. In the mid-season, I gave him an A tier. Pierre has been one of the top drivers this season in my opinion, but it's unfortunate he's driving a literal tractor on the grid. Despite his horrible machinery, he managed to score all 22 of the team's points. So very well done from Pierre, that's why it's A+. I think the Alpine is really holding him back, that's why I can't give him an S. And also Doohan and Colapinto sometimes do outperform him on his off weekends. So yeah, but Pierre's still one of the best midfield drivers out there. Lance Stroll now, C+ tier. In the mid-season, I gave him a B-. He feels kind of invisible after the summer break and was whitewashed by Alonso in qualifying 24-0. He only ever beat Alonso once in sprint quali. And not only that, at the start of the season when Alonso had like a streak of bad luck, he scored all of the team's points. That's why it's not any lower. But after that, Alonso completely demolished him after he started scoring points again. So yeah, it's only a C+ for Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso, S tier. And the mid-season, I gave him a B+ tier. Alonso didn't score in like the first 10 races due to engine issues and stuff, so it wasn't really his fault. But despite that, he somehow managed to finish in the first page of the Drivers' Championship in 10th. So it's crazy stuff from Alonso. And he even outwashed Lance Stroll 24-0 as I mentioned earlier. So very well done by Alonso. Kimi Antonelli now, I'm giving him an A tier. In mid-season, I gave him an A-. Actually, it has been a decent season for him. Only the European portion was a letdown for him. Other than that, he got multiple podiums and it was a decent rookie campaign. Even in his debut race, he scored a P4, which is almost like one of the best rookie debuts. The only other debuts better than his was Hamilton and Magnussen, cause those were literally podiums. George Russell now, I'm giving him a S tier, which is no change from the mid-season. He's the only driver not Verstappen or the McLarens to win a race this year, which shows how good his form is. After like round 15 or something, he was the only driver left to be in the Drivers' Championship other than the three of the actual top contenders. But obviously he was a long shot away, but still, it's probably one of his best years this year. It's just that McLaren and Verstappen were too far off. Yuki Tsunoda now, I'm giving him a B- tier. In the mid-season, I gave him a C+. His first two races at RB were really promising, but since he joined Red Bull, things have been going downhill. He managed to score some points in the Red Bull, so it isn't that bad, but still it has completely ruined his season. Max Verstappen now, I'm going to give him an S tier, as you would expect, which is no change from my summer break. He literally came back from like 100 plus points deficit behind the championship leader at that point with his Piastri, and then he finished second in the end, only losing out the championship by 2 points, which he probably lost at Spain when he had a rage moment. But still, crazy work from Verstappen. Definitely deserving of an S tier. Lewis Hamilton now, I'm giving him a B- tier. In mid-season, I gave him a B+. It's a downgrade. It has been depression for him. Like, do you see his interviews? He's out in Q1 like around 10 races, and he struggles with oversteer and understeer at the same time somehow. Ferrari issues. Communication issues with Ferrari, obviously, and it's just very sad season for Hamilton. Who would have expected more? Not even a single podium this year. I saw a meme that day, which is like, Hamilton has 0 podiums, and like, Antonelli has 3, Sainz has 2. Charles Leclerc, A tier. To be honest, I think he's doing quite well, but he can't show it thanks to Ferrari. So A tier is the max for him. He's outperforming Hamilton basically every weekend though. So it's really great performance from him. And he even managed to sneak in some podiums. So very well done. Obviously the Ferrari was too far away to challenge for wins. So yeah, unfortunate. Oscar Piastri, S tier, which is no change as well. For only his third year in F1, this championship push was very insane. Very well done and hopefully he can continue. He was leading the championship for most of the season, but then after Baku things got worse. His form has came back a bit though, but McLaren's errors caused him to fall back behind Max in the championship. in Qatar where he was almost certain to have a Grand Slam that weekend, McLaren fumbled the bag. Finally, Lando Norris. I'm giving him an S tier, which is improvement from my mid-season A+ tier for him. He is the new world champion now, because his form picked up in the second half of the season. He managed to take the lead back from Piastri and fended off Verstappen, be it just by a bit. But still, great job from him. So hope to keep this going. And let's see if he can retain his crown next year. And here's the final tier list. In S tier, we have Norris, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Alonso, and Hadjar. In A+ tier, we have Gasly, Behrman, and Sainz. In A tier, Leclerc, Antonelli, and Hülkenberg. A- tier, Ocon and Bortoleto. B+ tier, there's nobody. B tier, there's Albon. B- tier, there's Hamilton, Tsunoda, and Lawson. C+ tier, we have Stroll. C tier, there's nobody. C- tier, there's nobody. D+ tier is Colapinto. D tier is nobody. And D- tier is Jack Doohan. And no one's in F tier. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!